Hey all, Steffen here, coming to you from Kyiv in Ukraine to answer another question from the Ask Steffen series. Today we're going to talk a little bit about pickup trucks, what they're useful for, what they're not so useful for, and how we can deal with them going forward in good street and urban design. So the first part of the question is, are pickup trucks bad? And the answer is going to be depend on the context. They're not purely bad, they're not purely good. It's more of a case of misapplying the wrong type of vehicle to the context that they're in. So pickups are really a tool meant to solve specific problems like hauling cargo, needing to drive in areas where you need high clearance, bad weather conditions, or when you have cargo where you don't want to throw that kind of stuff inside of a van, for example. And the main issue nowadays is two things. One is that pickup trucks have grown a lot in size, even though the bed sizes have not, so they have the same capacity for hauling, but they've gotten much bigger, which makes them more unsafe in urban environments. And the second problem is just how many people have now bought pickup trucks, especially in the United States. And that's due to all sorts of reasons, from cultural, where it's seen as very cool and masculine to own a big pickup truck, and also to misaligned incentives. So example, in the Netherlands actually has a problem now where more and more people are buying pickup trucks. And that's because there is a tax exemption, or you can get a reduction in your taxes for buying a commercial vehicle. So the idea is if someone has a small company, they can purchase a pickup truck, use it for their own personal use, and then claim that as a business expense to reduce their tax liability. How do we fix that? That's going to be a matter of better regulation and aligning the correct incentives. So making it where the only people who are incentivized to buy pickups are people who actually need them. And then of course, better regulations about vehicle size, vehicle safety standards, and so on. And the second thing we need to do is then start getting rid of as many pickup trucks in urban environments as we can, which brings me to why I am here in Ukraine. The Ukrainian people, through no fault of their own, have been suffering a full-scale invasion of their country for the last 3 years and have suffered an incomprehensible level of death and destruction in their own country. And I am volunteering with an organization called NAFO, or the 69th Sniffing Brigade, and this organization drives trucks and convoys from Western countries like Estonia, and they bring them directly here to Ukraine, in this case, Kyiv. And this time we were able to bring 29 vehicles in total. So I'll give you guys a little bit of a quick panorama so you guys can see how many vehicles we were able to bring. And we drove all these vehicles from Tallin to Kyiv in around 30 hours, which was quite a drive, quite an ordeal, but we made it in one piece. All of these vehicles are donated directly to the Ukrainian military, and that's what we're doing right now here, is that we're handing these vehicles over to specific units who we've arranged with ahead of time. And these vehicles are going to be used for a broad range of purposes. They serve as evacuation vehicles to get wounded people off of the front. They work as logistical vehicles, and we even have some pickups that get used as platforms for anti-air weapons. So we once donated a truck, and they mounted a machine gun on the back, and they used them to take down Iranian Shahed drones that are used to bomb Ukrainian cities. So I think you guys can see where I'm going here with this, is that one way we can fix the problem with pickups in so many of our cities around the world is let's take as many of those pickup trucks as possible, and let's apply them to use in the correct situation where they'll actually save lives instead of being a big burden and claiming lives in our urban environments. And that's all for now. Stay tuned in the future for a few more videos where I talk about some infrastructure in Kyiv and answer a few more of your guys' questions. And I'll see you guys on the next one.